All right, so I'd like to go over the assignment that seems to be giving people the most trouble. This is worth, I believe, 10 product points. So if you go into resources and then the night folder, if you are missing this assignment, so it's night PDF page 47 to 54, this writing assignment seems to be giving people trouble. So I'd like us to talk about it a little bit and maybe break it down in a way that can help you out. So if I'm downloading this assignment, the first thing that I want to do is look at what I need to do in order to gain the 10 points, and they're 10 product points. So I need one thesis statement, which is an answer to the question. I need 3 supporting points that help my thesis out. I need 3 pieces of text evidence or 3 sentences that I've copied directly from the book to support my supporting points, like to help prove my point. And then I'll need a sentence after each piece of text evidence that helps me explain why I chose that piece of text evidence. So let's look at the prompt, and we just have to choose one of these prompts. So the different questions are, what is the theme of the novel? And then please use 3 pieces of text evidence, which we know because we looked at the rubric. How did the Jewish people continue to stay positive throughout this terrible time? And then 3 pieces of text evidence. Or which characters have helped Ellie survive throughout this novel so far? Okay, if I'm feeling not super confident about this, I'm probably going to pick one of these 2 questions because the 3 different things, like the 3 instances where they're either staying positive or the people that have helped him can be separate. So I really have to look for 3 examples. So here's what I want to do. So here's what I want to do. I want to copy this optional outline. I'm going to highlight the whole thing, all 10, and then I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to open a Word document, and then I'm going to hit Control V. So I have my whole optional outline here. So then I want to pick which prompt that I'm going to be answering, and I think that the one that I think is maybe the easiest so far, I feel like it would be this one, which 3 characters. So I'm going to copy that prompt and I'm going to put it first. So which characters have helped Ellie survive the novel so far? So let's see if I'm going to brainstorm. So brainstorming characters. I can think of Ellie's father. He's absolutely helped Ellie so far. I'm trying to think, who was that guy at the beginning that told them about what was going to happen? There was someone in their town that told them. Let me go back into my book and check. So that character didn't save them, but he tried. And you know what? I'm going to count that. Let me go back in my first chapter. Oh, here we go. It's Moshe the Beetle. Moshe the Beetle? I'm going to copy the spelling right from the book. So Moshe the Beetle. Because he didn't necessarily save them, but he tried. So I'm going to count him as one. Now I want to think of other people. So what's tough about revisiting this sometimes is that you might be thinking to yourself, I cannot remember what happened at the beginning of this book. But for this scenario, you're welcome to use characters that were later in the book. You can use anyone in the book since you've read the whole thing now. So now that I've gotten a character at the very beginning and Ellie's father, who was there for almost the entire book, let me try to find someone at the end. Let's see. This is kind of sad, but the person that I think of is maybe the person that told Ellie that he needs to take care of himself because his father is sick. So if I'm looking for that, that's actually it's in the section that we read on Wednesday, May 26th. So in the book, it's on page 104. It's the head of the block. So I'm going to say, and the head of the block. And then I want to give myself a little note. because he told Ellie to take care of himself when Ellie's father was sick. Just so I have a little bit there for later. So this is my brainstorming. It's not really going to be in here, but this actually could be my thesis statement. So I can even get rid of the answer and say the 3 characters that helped Ellie survive are his father, Moshe the Beetle, and the head of the block. And that's going to be my answer. I have my 3 characters. Now there are definitely more than 3 characters. I can think of some other ones. The boy that played his violin when they first got back to another camp, I could definitely count him. But since I have 3, I can move on. So I have those 3, and I have my thesis statement. And let me not forget where I found this guy, the head of the block, on page 104 in the book. So I have my thesis statement. That is done. Now I am going to go through and find one reason that each of these characters helped out Ellie to survive. So if I am going to color code this kind of, we're going to look for his father is going to be, let's make his father light blue. So that's going to be here. The supporting point is going to be blue. So summarizing in your own words, you're going to say, you're going to answer the question, how did Ellie's father help him to survive? And then a quote from the book and explain why I picked that quote. Then I'm going to look at Moshe the Beetle. Let's make him a darker blue. That's kind of hard to see. We'll make him another color. Let's make him light green. So then same thing for him. This is going to be all about Moshe the Beetle. So I can use the same thing. Answer the question, how did? And then the only thing I'm going to change about this question is answer, how did Moshe the Beetle try to help him survive? Because he tried. It's not really his fault people didn't listen to him. He tried his best. And then the head of the block, let's make him, we'll make him pink. So he's going to be these last 3 sentences. So this is going to be the same question that you want to answer. It's going to be here, but instead we're going to make sure that this guy's name is it. So how did the head of the block help him to survive? So if I can answer those questions instead of answering one big writing assignment, really I'm answering 3 short ones. So if you need any extra help after this, please let me know, but I hope that this helps you get started with this assignment.